Hi guys, how are you doing today? Welcome back to Random Lifestyle Vlog. If you're new here, my name is Paulina. This channel is all about beauty and that includes skincare, fragrances and makeup. And makeup is what we're going to do today. And to be honest, it's not a brand I thought I would ever feature on this channel. But then on the other hand, I've seen so many people raving about it. The brand I'm talking about is Sheglam, and as I said, there are so many people who actually praise it for the quality and all. And I'm fully aware this could be like paid partnership, kind of like content. It happens that some people don't really reveal that information, but it was enough to make me curious. So I ended up ordering a bunch of products. To be honest, I ordered probably more than I needed to. So I picked up several products to test out today. I still have plenty more to test, so if you are interested in that type of content, I will make another video testing some more stuff. But what we're going to test today is a full coverage foundation, Sun Sculpt liquid contour, and Color Bloom liquid blush, the Lunar Glow highlighter, a Poet's Lover liquid eyeliner, and the Chromazone multichrome gel liner, and then finally Glam 101 lipstick and liner duo. So without further ado, let's start. We're going to start with the foundation as you usually would. This is the one I'll be testing out today. So this is Sheglam Full Coverage Foundation Balm. We have 23 grams and the shade I've got is Honey. To be honest, I had no idea which shade I should go for. So I picked up a few different foundations in different shades, and this way I'll be able to figure out the right shade for me. So as I mentioned, this one is in shade Honey. It comes in a pouch like that, and this is what it looks like. So I have to admit, the packaging is really not that bad. It doesn't feel or look cheap, which is great. Let's see what the shade looks like. Okay, so this is the shade, and this one actually looks pretty cool toned to me, but I double checked and it's supposed to have warm pink undertone. So yeah, hopefully it's going to match my skin at least to some extent. It says here, get high coverage and an instantly flawless application faster than ever with a few strokes of a makeup brush. Our exclusive non-greasy formula is long wearing, adopting an water in oil emulsification system which adheres to skin with the skin consistency. Okay, sounds interesting. And how to use: gently rub the surface of the foundation balm with fingertips in a circular motion to emulsify and activate the moisture in the foundation. Use a foundation brush to directly dip into the foundation balm and apply evenly onto the skin. For high coverage, apply additional layers. Okay, so let's emulsify first. Ooh, that feels weird. Okay, so this is the shade, and here's a little swatch. So I have a foundation brush here. Let's try it out. Okay. So it's definitely giving me a really good coverage straight away. I'm going to blend it in. I'm going to apply a little bit more here on my forehead and blend it out again. As usual, I'm applying foundation on one side of my face first, just so that we can compare. So whenever I'm using a concealer, I don't really apply foundation around this kind of like eye area, but I'm going to do that today just to see how good the coverage is. Okay, so what do you think? This side is with foundation, this side is without it. I mean, I have to admit, I'm actually pretty impressed. I mean, first of all, the shade actually seemed to match my skin quite well. It's a little bit lighter than I expected, and it is a little bit lighter than my skin tone, but it still looks pretty natural. So the coverage is pretty impressive. I mean, the whole redness kind of area here is pretty much nicely covered. So are the dark shades around my eyes. Don't think I need a concealer with this foundation, so that is pretty good. And on top of that, this actually looks pretty natural on my skin, and it does feel really nice too. So this is the first Sheglam product I've ever tried, and I have to admit, this is a really good start. I'm pretty impressed. Okay, let me just apply a foundation on the other side of my face too. So one more thing that I need to mention is that the coverage is actually buildable, so if you need some extra coverage here and there, this actually works pretty well, and it still looks natural, so I like it. I definitely would need something a little bit darker for now, but I think this is going to be a really nice kind of like autumn shade for me. Okay, so let's move on. Let's try this Skin Sculpt Liquid Contour, and this is what it looks like, and the shade I've got is Tawny Amber. Oh, okay, I really like the packaging, look at that. So let's test it out. Okay, so this is the applicator, and I'm just going to swatch it here. This is the shade. So this is obviously going to blend out to something more wearable for me, I'm assuming. But it does seem to have pretty good pigmentation, actually. Okay, so let's try it out. I'm going to use it sparingly at first, because it does seem to have quite a good pigmentation. I'm going to apply it where I would apply my contour normally. So I just applied this in these kind of like little dots, and let's see how well it actually blends out. Okay, so one thing I need to mention straight away, I will probably blend it immediately after applying. It seems that if you leave it on your skin for a bit too long, it's going to set and it's a little bit more difficult to blend it out. Also, the shade I've got here, Tawny Amber, it's swatched pretty dark, but it blended out to like almost nothing on my skin. So I'm just going to apply a little bit more, but I'm going to blend it out straight away this time. And now we can see some difference, and it's definitely much easier to blend it when you do it like straight away. Let's add some here. A little bit more along my jawline. Okay, so same story, I applied this product on one side of my face so that you can compare. And to be honest, I think I applied a shade that's a little bit too light for me. It is buildable, but I did have to apply quite a lot for this to be visible on my skin. And I definitely feel like I'll be able to use that, but I think it's going to work much better with my winter skin tone. So I'm just going to do the other side of my face. And what I think so far is that I definitely need to test this product in like a little bit darker shade, or maybe just wait until I have a little bit lighter skin and then like give it a proper go. For now it seems alright, but I don't think I've seen the full potential of this product yet. But with all that being said, I'm actually pretty happy with how my makeup is coming together at this point. So now we're going to try some blush. This is Color Boom Liquid Blush, it looks like that, and the shade I picked up is Love Cake. And looking at the shade now is making me question my life choices, like why did I pick up this shade? I have no idea, but who knows, maybe I'll like it. So this is the packaging. As you can see, it's the same kind of like packaging style as our like contour product, and I'm assuming the applicator is going to be the same as well. Yes, it is. And the shade actually doesn't look as bad as I thought it would. This is what it looks like. It seems very similar, but this one doesn't seem as pigmented as the contour product. It does seem a little bit more sheer. Okay, so the moment of truth. And I'm going to blend it out. Okay, that actually looks pretty good. It's giving me this kind of like a very fresh face, natural kind of like look. Let's just apply it on the other side of my face as well. Yeah, I do like it. It is pretty sheer, but it's not really a bad thing when it comes to blushes. Sometimes you want this pop of color on your cheeks, but I guess in most cases you'll prefer your blush to give you this kind of like a very natural, flattering look. And I think this blush does that. And you know what? I actually think I chose a really good shade too. And even though it looked very kind of like a Barbie pink here, it definitely looks much more flattering on my cheeks. So yeah, I like this one. Okay, so let's move on to our highlighter. So the one I've got is Lunar Glow Highlighter, and this is what it looks like. And the shade I've got is Vanilla Frost. Okay, so this is the packaging. And even though it doesn't really feel cheap, it's made of this kind of like a thick plastic and all, it looks like a toy. I'm not a massive fan of the design, but if the product is good, I'm not going to complain. So this is the shade I've got. I'm going to swatch it. So here's the swatch. It is very glowy. Slightly reminds me of Ofra highlighters because it does have this like similar glow and pigmentation. So let's try it out. I'm just going to try it on one side of my face as I usually do. It is very glowy. Okay, so it is very glowy, but it's definitely not as pigmented as Ofra highlighters, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Ofra highlighters are more like statement highlighters. This one is going to look much more natural, which to be honest probably goes much better with the makeup I created so far, because like everything looks pretty natural here. So again, this is the side of my face with the highlighter on, and this is the one without it. Okay, let's even things out. It says here, achieve a glow that you can see all the way from outer space with this highlighter. Featuring a unique blue-green reflective sheen, you'll have all the extraterrestrials jelly of your shine. I don't think it's as shiny as they say, which again, it's not necessarily a bad thing. I definitely like the way it looks on my skin. I'm not a massive fan of the packaging though, but obviously this is a very individual thing. It looks to me like Sheglam offers a mixture of elegant and kind of like quirky looking packaging. So like whatever tickles your fancy. Okay, so I think it's time to move on to my eye makeup. I don't really have that many products. I have only 2 liners. So to make it a little bit more interesting, I'm going to apply this highlighter on my eyelids. So let's do that. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It's giving me a little bit of glow, but it's nothing too intense, I would say. And now let's have a proper look at those liners. So I have 2 of them. One of them is the Chromazone Multichrome Gel Liner, and this is what it looks like. And I've got this one in shade Vertigo. Okay, so this is the packaging. And we have the liner, like retractable liner on this side, and then on the other end we have this kind of like a little sponge to smudge the eyeliner. So that is actually very handy, and I'm obviously going to swatch it first to see the shade. Okay, so this is what it looks like, and I don't know if you can see, but it definitely seems to be at least a duochrome. The color shifts from this kind of like an olive green to purple. So I'm using this eyeliner in my waterline and along my lower lash line. So accidentally I actually discovered that hidden in this other end of the eyeliner is a little sharpener for the eyeliner. So that's actually pretty cool. But again, I'm going to use this little sponge to kind of smudge the eyeliner on my lower lash line. Okay, I'm not going to lie, this sponge actually doesn't really feel very comfortable to use. It's quite like scratchy and it's not as soft as I would want it to be. So the shade actually looks pretty good. I think this is going to be great for like those graphic liner looks. So now we're going to use this liquid eyeliner, and this one is a Poet's Lover liquid eyeliner. And it says Marilyn Monroe here, which almost looks like it was done in a collaboration with Marilyn Monroe, which makes me laugh a little bit. But I've also seen some products with like Frida Kahlo, so I guess they were just like inspired by some icons. So this is what it looks like. Again, this is more of a kind of like a quirky packaging this time, and it says here, "We are all stars." Okay, so it looks like it's going to be a very precise eyeliner, which to be honest, that was something I was really hoping for. I was really hoping for like a really precise eyeliner, and I kind of made it difficult for myself because I'm like right-handed, but I need to just do this swatch with my left hand. Oh, okay, it doesn't look good. Let's do it on this hand then. Okay, so you can definitely create a really precise, thin line with this eyeliner. So let's test it out. Okay, so this is pretty easy to use, even though it has a little brush kind of like tip. It's quite easy to create this really thin, precise line with it. But on the flip side, it's not as pigmented as I want it to be. My favorite precise eyeliner that I discovered last year was MAC eyeliner, and that one was mind-blowing. It had everything you needed. It was very precise, also very pigmented, so it's like one line, one stroke, and then you just had like your perfect thin, precise line. With this one, I did have to like reapply it here and there because it wasn't really giving me enough pigmentation in one stroke. But all in all, I think both of these products are actually quite good, especially considering the price. I mean, I do think the foundation and the blush were so far the best products. I think the liquid contour, if I had chosen a little bit darker shade, would be one of my favorites too. But these products, even though I don't really feel like amazed with their quality, they are still good. So let me finish off my eye makeup, and we're going to move on to the last product we'll be testing today, which is this lipstick and liner duo. Alright, so the last thing we'll be testing today, and this is Glam 101 lipstick and liner duo, and I've got deep caramel shade. So this is what it looks like. And here we go, this is how we're going to work. We have this lipstick on one side, and then on the other side we have a matching lip liner, which is obviously a quite clever idea. I'm going to swatch these for you. So here are the swatches. This is the lip liner and this is the lipstick. So without further ado, let's give it a go. Okay, so I can't really talk and apply my lip liner. So my first impression, the lip liner is actually quite soft and quite pigmented. It's not scratchy, which is such an important thing for me. I hate those kind of scratchy lip liners, but this one actually feels pretty good so far. Okay, so this is my eyeliner done. It's a little bit darker than the lipstick, so I kind of like smudged the lines already. And now let's finish this off with this lipstick. Okay, so what do you think? I really love this color combo. It's like 100% up my alley. The lipstick feels alright on my lips, but it might be a little bit drying in the end, but I tend to have like dry lips in general. So whenever I'm using a lipstick that has quite a lot of pigmentation and coverage, I usually top it up with some lip gloss, and that just feels a little bit better on my lips. Might be wrong though, because it does feel quite alright on my lips, but who knows, we'll probably find out soon enough. Anyway guys, that's everything in today's video. Have you tried any of these products? If so, let me know your thoughts. Have you spotted maybe any of your favorites here? Is there like anything from Sheglam you would recommend? But just to sum it up, I have to say that I'm actually quite impressed with the quality of these products. I mean, they are quite inexpensive, and I think for that price you can't really go wrong. Like everything I tried today performed really well, and then some products were actually beyond impressive really. Like the foundation is amazing. The lipstick, I'm actually really liking it so far too. We'll see how it feels on my lips like later on, but it feels alright now. Anyway guys, this is everything from me today. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you very much for watching. For more beauty related content, check those videos over here. I'm going to see you very soon. Take care, bye!